Hey guys, Cam here, and it's Monday, a chance for us again to look at our official smartphone rankings over at phonedog.com, and this week I wanted to go down a slightly different route. I wanted to bring you my top 5 phones that are on the list, and the reason why I voted for them. Of course, you can check them out over at phonedog.com/rankings, but here are my top 5 phones currently on the market. In 5th place on my own personal list, I put the Samsung Galaxy S5. In recent weeks, it's actually been the Galaxy Note 3 there, but this week I changed my mind, and it's almost entirely to do with the design of the phone. Unlike a lot of people, I really like the Band-Aid look that's on the back. It feels good, it's really got this nice sort of grippy texture. I actually think it looks really nice, as long as you get the right colour. Just stay away from the bronzy, coppery one. Go for bright blue. It looks great. But also it has fantastic specs, like a great camera, great display, it's nice and light in hand. And as long as you ignore TouchWiz, actually using the phone is actually quite nice too. In 4th place, I've got the Nexus 5. And although it may not have the best specs, or the best performance, or the best feature list of any phone on the market, it is easily the best value for money. You can pick these up without having to pay too much up front, and it's unlocked and will work on pretty much any GSM network. What's more, you get all the software updates the same day that Google releases them. You don't have to wait for your carrier to say, yes, you can have this update. There's no bloatware, there's no nonsense kicking around on the phone. And when Google wants to test out new features using the developer preview, you can easily install it on a Nexus device, at least the latest one. And it comes in bright red. What's not to like? It's a great phone. And I couldn't have a top 5 without the iPhone 5S because in some ways it's just unmatched on the market. If it was just down to performance and hardware specifications and features, then it probably wouldn't make the list. Yes, it's got a fantastic camera. Yes, the screen is nice and clear and natural. Yes, the design and the hardware and the way this thing has been built is probably unmatched. In fact, I would say it is unmatched. There's an elegance to it that you just don't see on any other piece of hardware, even the HTC One M8. But it doesn't have great battery life, it doesn't have a big enough display for my liking, and the camera is great, but it's not fantastic for people who want a little bit more control. Where Apple really shines and where the iPhone really shines is in the ecosystem department. Although the Google Play Store has got almost as many apps now, there are still some great developers that are either making apps exclusively for iOS, or at least making them first on iOS before they eventually make their way over to Android. There's iTunes, you've got the iTunes ecosystem, great music, great books, great movies. It's just... you just can't get that anywhere else, and Google is catching up just about, but there's still something about the App Store that kind of just edges it ahead in my opinion, and that's what makes the iPhone great. Number 2 on my list is the HTC One M8. Like I said, the hardware is built fantastically well, it feels amazing in hand. Boom sound is incredible. If you still haven't heard boom sound or played games, watched movies, listened to music using those front-facing speakers, then you really are missing out. You need to try those out. And also they make sure you have extra loud notifications. The solid aluminium unibody does feel incredible. I dropped mine at least 4 or 5 times and it only got a slight dent in the top. What's more, it performs really well because HTC Sense UI isn't very heavy. It's actually quite light, and so the quad-core processor inside the HTC does deal with everything really quickly and really nicely. And the battery life is pretty decent as well. The place the HTC One M8 falls down for me is the camera. It's just not good enough. There are some great manual controls and you can get some pretty decent photos, but they're not that good, especially when you compare them to the phone that I have in my number 1 spot. The Sony Xperia Z2 was released a few weeks ago over here in Europe, and since then it has become my favourite phone on the market. It's the one that delivers the most of the things that are important to me. It has a fantastic camera that's customizable and a lot of fun to use. It has a battery life that'll get me through 2 days on a full charge. It's waterproof, so I can go out in the rain and make a phone call, or just have my phone lying around in the bathroom while I'm having a shower, in the kitchen while I'm cooking. I don't have to worry that I'm going to get moisture damage anywhere. It feels solid, it looks great, it performs really well. No, it doesn't have the best display, and no, it doesn't have the best set of front-facing speakers, but those are compromises I'm willing to make to get the best experiences in the areas that matter the most to me. So what I wanted to know from you is, what is your favourite smartphone? You can tell me in the comments below, but go over to phonedog.com/rankings and tell me what you think is the best phone on the market right now. Don't forget the LG G3 is coming up. As soon as that's available on the US market, that will be on our list. And we just heard today that it's going to be available from AT&T from July 11th. The other carriers, I think, are 16th, 17th, 18th, around that time. So it'll be around soon on the list. So go ahead, go vote for your favourite phone and tweet me. I'm at phonedog_cam. I will see you again soon.